everyone, welcome to the next episode of Break with Sirjan, and I have an amazing person with me today, Jatan. Welcome, Jatan. So he's the co-founder of Perfora, an amazing oral care brand that he's building, and we'll talk, we'll have some fun, we'll have some deep conversations, Jatan. So thank you so much for featuring on Break with Sirjan. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you, Sirjan, for inviting me. The
Thank you
pleasure
so
is all
much.
mine.
Thank you.
I've always looked up to you. I think
Oh,
the
really?
kind of initiatives that you've taken in your life, the kind of risk that you've taken into your life, and you're an author yourself. I think I would want to become an author at some point in time in my life.
Yes,
So
okay.
I really admire you. I really look up to you.
Thank you
So it's
so
an honor
much.
for me that we're having this conversation.
Thank you so much, Jatan. So, Jatan, I'll discuss a little bit about Perfora in general because I am very curious, and I'm sure people who are watching this would be too. And then we'll delve a little bit into deeper questions, meaningful conversations, and everything.
Sure.
So, Perfora, I know you started it to reimagine oral care, but for people like I or any other people, हमारे लिए oral care is more about brushing your teeth twice a day. Brush कर लिया हो गया. That's all that oral care is for us. So is there any deeper, meaning and deeper intent behind why you started Perfora?
Well, there is a deeper meaning and there's a deeper intent and there's a bigger purpose why I started Perfora. I think at the highest level, what I wanted to do was have a positive impact in the lives of people. And I strongly believe that you can have a very deep impact in the life of a people when you have a product that people are using every single day, right? So toothpaste, toothbrushes, mouthwashes are products that people use every single day. So if
Yeah.
I can improve them, if I can deliver a better quality, more effective product made with cleaner ingredients, I
Yeah.
know they're using products that are good for their teeth, good for their oral health and good for
Yeah.
their overall health, right?
Yeah.
So that is the much larger purpose why we started in this category, where we felt oral care was being taken for granted. People only think, okay, hey, I have to brush my teeth and I'm done with it. Most people, in fact, don't even brush twice a day,
Yeah.
like you mentioned, right? Like most, as in like 70-80% people don't brush twice a day. They only brush once a day. And in fact, I was reading a statistics which mentioned that I think in rural India, people brush once in 3 days, right?
wow.
So that was like mind-boggling for me that people are still not brushing. So yeah, I
Correct.
think there's a lot of potential where good quality oral care can improve your oral health and
Right.
subsequently also have a much larger impact on your overall health because mouth often is the gateway of most of the diseases that we end up encountering in our life, right?
Fair.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
think that is how and why we started Perfora, because I wanted to make a deep impact in the life of people.
Fair. And while you were starting, Jatan, कभी ऐसा हुआ that people around you and you often discuss ideas with close ones or a
Yeah.
friend or two. ऐसा हुआ है they are like क्या कर रहे हैं यार, it's just a toothpaste, it's just क्या brush. ऐसा कभी did you get that kind of feedback right from the beginning कि भाई क्या कर रहे हो?
Yeah, I think there were a few people who I would say were naysayers and were trying to give me a pushback or trying to, and they had the right intentions, right? All of them wanted me to succeed. So they were trying to sort of just push me that think deeper, right? Because if once you choose a category, it becomes very difficult to go back because the pivots are hard, the change is hard, etc., etc. So there were people who were like questioning deeper, why do you think this will work, right? Is this a problem that even needs to be solved? Do people really care enough about their toothpaste or a toothbrush, right? It's like a very everyday kind of chore that you're doing for probably 30 seconds every morning, right? And you're not even thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
Most people don't even buy their own toothpaste, right? Somebody else in their household buys
They
the
do that for
toothpaste and they end up using whatever toothpaste is available in the house, right? So there were a lot of questions and there were a bunch of people who were pushing me to think deeper, think harder. Do I want to get into this category or not?
Did it ever bother you, the people who were like mat kar, ye mat kar? Did it ever bother you anytime? Did you lose that confidence ever?
No, I didn't lose in the confidence to start something. Of course, on day 0 or I would say day -10, I was also not very clear. I was also, juggling with multiple ideas, thinking through multiple ideas, thinking through different problem statements. So I was also trying to really think, where is an opportunity to add value in the life of a everyday consumer, where there's an opportunity to build a large business, where there's
Yeah.
an opportunity to create something of meaningful value, right? So these were 3 different, I would say, pillars that I was trying to, fit my idea into. And after multiple conversations, a lot of research, a lot of discussions, I decided that it seems like this is the category that
You want to get
needs
into.
attention.
Fair, fair. And Jatan, you talked somewhere about building emotional connection with something as simple as brushing.
Yeah.
So how do you build an emotion into a product? Because it's a deeper. You can build emotions in general when you're talking and you're doing other things, but how do you build an emotion with the product, so to say, and something as simple as brushing?
Well, very interesting question.
Yeah.
How do we build emotion into the product? I think it starts from the insight, right? When you're like thinking about insight, which essentially means you're trying to go deeper and trying to understand what is broken in that particular product, right?
Yeah.
What can you deliver which is missing right now? And once you're able to sort of create a framework, okay, hey, this is the insight and this is what is missing, right? And then you then you basically bring those two things together and start thinking of a solution where you'll probably be able to figure something out where that emotion part will also come out, right? So, like for us, I was very clear that I want brushing to be exciting. I felt brushing is a boring, everyday activity, everyday chore. People don't even think about it, people don't enjoy it. So, for me, 2-3 things that happened, right? One, can we have toothbrushes in very interesting design, right? Design
Fair.
appeals to people, right?
Fair.
Second for me was like on top of design, can we do some very interesting colors, right? So we did colors like spicy coral, avocado green, ocean blue, ruby red, aquamarine, etc., right? So this was like very different colors, very pleasing to eyes. And on top of that, we further added, name personalization, right? Which was like which was like a very wow factor, wow experience, because somebody saying, okay, hey, this is my toothbrush which has Sirjan written on it, right? It just feels more close. You start
Personal.
feeling more loyal towards it, right? Because it has your name on it, right?
Yeah.
So I think all those things coming together sort of helped us deliver and build something which was an emotional factor in the product.
Very, very interesting. I think the part that you mentioned about putting a name, it actually, like, I remember having my name etched on the toothbrush. It feels really nice to pick that up and be like, oh, achha, ye mera brush hai, let me just get done with it and let me just do it and everything. So I think it's very nice. Jatan, like, we've talked about your intent behind Perfora, but tell me, like, how hard is it being a founder? That people often, they don't see what goes behind the curtain a lot of times. So, are there things about being a founder that nobody warns you about? That there are things which you keep to yourself? How hard is it being a founder in this space?
I think I would like to say that being a founder in general is hard. This space or that space does not
Any
matter,
space,
right?
yeah.
And it does not matter whether you're a founder of a startup or if you're building a traditional business. What I've realized the hard way over the last 4 years, being an entrepreneur, being a founder, starting something from ground up requires a lot of hustle, requires a lot of mental bandwidth, requires a lot of your time. And there are things and there are challenges that you can't foresee when you're starting your journey, right?
Yeah.
And I can sort of quote or give many instances on how stressed I have been, all the sleepless nights that I've had, the anxiety that I've encountered, the relationships that have soured over the years because I couldn't give them enough time. And still, it's not that 4 years after the journey I can call myself successful, right? I'm still a work in progress. I'm still in the process of building. I'm still like I have a long way to go before I even see 1% of success, right? So I think it's a long journey. It is purely a marathon. Sometimes you will sprint, sometimes you will stop, sometimes you'll have to also relax and calm down. But if you are determined and if you're dedicated and if you know what you want to accomplish and you're willing to sort of give it all, or sort of make sure that whatever it takes you will get to the destination, I think that is what really matters. The journey is filled with rejections, no's, heartbreaks in many ways and forms, and tough conversations. But there is also an upside to it sometimes, because a lot of people start recognizing you. There is a bit of validation from the outside world. People start looking up to you. Again, all those I would say all those things matter and give you a good push, a positive push, and keep you going. But yeah, it's not an easy journey. It's not for the faint-hearted.
Not for the faint-hearted, right, right. And you know, often, like you yourself mentioned, there is a lot of struggle and hardships, and entrepreneurial journeys normally are also very lonely. So, what or who keeps you sane? Like, what is your go-to thing to keep you sane? It could be a what or it could be a who. So, what is it for you?
I think for me, it's actually a combination of both.
Okay.
I have my set of people that I can confide in. I can be vulnerable. I can just tell them very candidly, without any shield, that this is what I'm facing, this is what I'm encountering, this is where I'm stuck. I need your opinion. I need your guidance. I need your advice. I need your suggestions, right?
Yeah.
Or just sit with me, have a meal with me, have a drink with me, and I'll be fine, right? So I have my set of people. I also like reading a lot, so I keep reading quite a few books, and those books are usually about either biographies or autobiographies of different entrepreneurs across the world. So they also give me perspective, and they also sort of give me patience that it will work out. I have to just be at it. There are bad days and there are good days. So on bad days, I resort to reading books, or just try and sort of sit calm, sit idle, and think about the larger picture, and not really think about the instance that is really troubling me at that very moment. And then I also like to play a lot, so I really go out and play an outdoor sport, and that really takes my mind off the business or the stress that I'm going through, because then I'm fixate, like I'm out that in the activity, and I'm in that moment not thinking about anything but thinking about winning. So yeah, I think I think different
combination of both and very situational. क्या चीज़ आपको relief दे दे.
Correct.
So you resort. But do you feel that pressure though, or to constantly look and feel okay? वो pressure feel होता है internally कि यार I can't show my vulnerability और मुझे okay लगना है.
Initially ज़्यादा feel होता था. Today I'm at a stage in my life, though it's not that I've been building a business for the last 20 years, it's only been 4 years. But today I feel very comfortable being vulnerable, because I feel I don't want to portray something that I'm not, right? I don't want to be candid, I want to be real, I want to tell people, that this is what reality looks like, and this is what, a facade is, right? So I really want people to differentiate between the two. And hence a little bit of whatever content I write on LinkedIn or Instagram, or whatever content I do, though I don't do it often because I don't get enough time. I want people to have real takeaways, that this guy is not fluffing, this guy is not sugarcoating anything. So yeah, I don't feel any pressure that I have to portray that I'm doing well. If I'm vulnerable, I'm vulnerable. If I'm going through stress, I'll sort of very candidly put out that I'm going through stress.
Very, very interesting take on this, because I also personally have met a lot of people who feel अरे नहीं मेरी image ऐसी है, अरे नहीं मुझे ये show करना पड़ेगा. People are looking up to me, because we often associate people looking up to me वाला statement with being positive all the time, and always trying to teach them अरे सब अच्छा हो जाएगा. We glorify over positivity quite a lot. So I think it's very important to show कि भाई having bad days is also okay, and not feeling okay is also okay. So really, really nice, and to hear that you portray yourself as the real and raw person that you are.
Yeah, but I think in all honesty, it's also been a learning curve for me, right?
Correct.
Like when I started out, I was also of the same thought process that I can't look weak, I can't look vulnerable, I can't come across that I'm going through a lot of stress or anxiety, etc. Right? But over a period of time, I've realized that it's okay. There are people who are going to judge you irrespective, right? Whether you're successful or not successful.
Correct.
So don't think too much about people. Think about yourself and think about what you're feeling, and put that out candidly.
Fair. And did you ever actually have, if you want to share, any moment where you were at your lowest and you felt यार नहीं हो पा रहा है? Like ऐसा कुछ throughout your 4-year journey where you had, like, were you having such days, or you did have any such day where you felt like self-doubt हो रहा है कि नहीं हो पा रहा है?
I think, honestly speaking, last 1.5 years has been very tough for me professionally and personally. I've gone through a lot. I have self-doubted myself hundreds of times. It was a very rough patch. A lot of things were breaking. At some point in time, it did feel to me it's not working out, and probably I'm not the right person to be building this, and I don't think so I can build this even further. But I'm glad that I didn't give up, and I was able to hold my fort, and I was able to sort of hold myself, and I kept, pushing forward, and even if that meant, taking one step forward and then
Yeah.
coming back 2 steps back and then moving again forward, right?
Yeah.
So last 1.5 years were really, really tough. I think things started changing probably starting June, July of this year, and things have been really, upward looking from there on across both professional and personal side of things. But yeah,
Hopefully,
well,
yes.
hopefully yes. But again, the
Part of life.
the part of life, the learning for me is, even if this patch returns, and I'm sure it will return at some point in time again. What I really want to make sure is that I have enough power and strength within me to fight it off again, right? I shouldn't sort of give up, right? So I think that is the mantra, and that is something that I am sort of gearing towards, and I'm sort of mentally preparing myself.
Right. I actually very agree with what you said right now, because I have faith in spirituality, and I do whatever, whoever the supreme power is, I never ask for not giving me obstacles. मैं हमेशा ये बोलती हूँ कि भगवान जी या जो भी हो, whoever is up there or listening to me, strength to face the obstacles, because I know obstacles आएंगे.
Yeah.
So I always ask for courage and strength, because impossible है कि कुछ भी आपको दिक्कतें नहीं आएंगी, परेशानियाँ नहीं आएंगी. It's all about how you perceive that moment and the action that you decide to take about it. So really, really nice. Jatan, we've discussed a lot about Perfora in general also. Let's say there was no Perfora.
Yeah.
Okay, if I strip away your title, if I strip away Perfora, who is Jatan Bawa at the core? Like, what would you otherwise be doing, and who are you in general, if not Perfora for you?
Sure, interesting. Again, something that I haven't been thinking
Yeah.
a lot about, but considering that you've asked me, I think at the core, I'm a problem solver.
Okay.
I would want to solve a problem. Now, we can all define, or we can all think that different problems of different intensity and different, I would say, magnitude. But I am a problem solver, and what I like doing is solving different problems. So, for example, if I was not building Perfora, hypothetically, I could be, cooking food. I love cooking food, so I might, start thinking about people in urban cities are getting lonelier by the day, right? How can I create something that can bring people together, where the common thing is food, right?
Yeah.
And I'm at the center of cooking that food, or envisioning what to put out on the table.
Yeah.
So that could be something that I could be doing.
Yeah.
I also like writing a bit, and this is something that I'm trying to get better at. So if not cooking and if not Perfora, I might be thinking of, what story can I tell the world that can motivate someone, right? Because a lot of people are also not that motivated in life, right? They need some kind of push, they need some kind of, trigger, so that they can start acting. They can start acting upon it, right? So I could be writing. So I don't know.
And I think these kind of things, the fact that you mentioned clearly means that these things also bring you happiness, innate peace somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Right. And if you wanted to redefine success, because we talked a lot about hustle, we talked a lot about giving that push to people to do things, which is fair.
Yeah.
But in today's time and age, there's a lot, we are glorifying hustle culture also a lot. What is your take on that? Like, is it a yay, or is it a nay, or is it like finding that rhythm or a balance for you?
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I am someone who is pro hustle culture, who's pro working, like slogging it off till you make it, putting in 12, 14, 15, 18 hours a day, if that is the kind of work that is required. I come from that philosophy that there is no substitute for hard work. Smart work, of course, helps you accelerate things, but to build a foundation, you have to really, really work hard. And unfortunately, you can't get there, or you can't build a strong foundation if you don't work hard enough. So for me, I feel I don't believe in the concept of I don't believe in the concept of work-life balance. I don't feel that I have to only spend 8 hours or 10 hours at work, and then spend 6 hours with my family and sleep for 8 hours. I feel it's one life. I have to make it big. I have to really make it impactful. And for that, if I have to really, really work hard and put in like 14 hours a day for X number of years, I'm willing to do that. That is a kind of philosophy that I have. But at the same time, my philosophy, or philosophy that I have doesn't mean that I want everyone to have the same philosophy. I understand that different people are built
Wired
differently
also differently.
and wired differently, and they
Yeah.
think differently, and they
Yeah.
have different ambitions. So my ambitions are not their ambitions as well, right?
Correct,
So
correct.
it's not like a generalized approach that if I
Fair.
even have 10 people working with me as part of my team, I want everyone to be alike, because I understand different people are different. I can do what I can do and what I feel I would want to do,
Correct.
and people should do what they feel they would want to do, and then their ambitions and their outcomes are very different.
Although I do believe to your school of thought with regards to hard work, because I myself also believe there is no substitute to hard work, because often हम बातें करते रहते हैं ये करना है वो करना है ये भी करेंगे वो भी करेंगे, but वो करने वाली जो stage होती है from idea to actual execution, a lot of people lack there. वहीं पे बात खत्म हो जाती है, तो वही there is actually no substitute of hard work. So but yeah, fair. And to sum up Perfora angle for you, one thing that you would say Perfora taught you in all these 4 years, I know there's a lot of learning never stops, but if there is one lesson that you can take from the 4 years that you have been building Perfora, what would it be?
One lesson that I can take after building Perfora for the last 4 odd years is that don't take things too personally, right? Things keep evolving. You might work on a project and that project might not work out, and it's okay, right? There will be learnings and there will be takeaways and something that you'd not want to repeat in the future. But a lot of times, at least who I was earlier, I would take a lot of things personally. I would be very attached to it. I would like, how did this this thing did not work out, right?
Yeah.
Where did we go wrong, etc. And I would really dwell over it, keep thinking over it for a long period of time. I think what I've realized that it's okay to make mistakes, and the good part is that don't make the same kind of mistakes over and over again. Make new mistakes.
Great. And let's just get a little bit into the fun segment. Okay,
Sure.
I have just one, two quick questions. So, what is your one non-negotiable morning ritual? Whether it involves Perfora or not, but one non-negotiable ritual. करना है कुछ हो जाए दुनिया इधर की उधर हो जाए ये सुबह उठ के करना है.
I think for me is taking a good shower. I love taking my showers, and I spend like good 10-15 minutes taking my shower, and I don't start my day like 99.9% of the times without taking a shower.
That's great.
So
I do meet people who don't shower यार ऐसे कैसे करते हो रोज सुबह नहाया करो guys please. Right. So mint or cinnamon toothpaste? Quick ones.
mint,
Coffee or green tea?
coffee,
Early morning flights or late night brainstorming?
both.
Sales team or product team?
Sales.
Great. One Perfora product that makes you feel very proud every single time that you see it?
Our toothpaste.
Great. Okay, complete the sentence. In the end, I just want to.
Okay. In the end, I just want to be happy.
Oh, nice. And if your life had a tagline right now, what would it be?
If my life had a tagline,
Yes.
what would it be? Make it large.
Make it large. Great, Jatan. It was an amazing conversation with you. Thank you so much, everyone who've been watching, and I hope you had as much fun as I had having a conversation with Jatan. And बहुत interesting बातें करी है हमने. Oral care के बारे में बातें करी है, life के बारे में बातें करी है. And if you have any questions, any doubts, किसी भी तरह की आपको हमसे कोई भी बात करनी हो, please drop down your comments in the comment section and keep watching and keep loving. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jatan. I had a great time with you.
Thank you, Sirjan.
Thank you. Bye.